I've been trading for 4.5 years, since 2020, and I'm about to be discussing like my first year of trading. I feel like a lot of people can learn from my personal journey because in a sense, all of our trading journeys is alike. So if you can avoid something that I did wrong, it could be helpful for you and save you time on your journey. Alright, so how was I actually introduced to this? So I was introduced to forex trading in general from my brother's girlfriend at the time. Had pulled me to IML. If you don't know what IML is, it was this company that basically they would talk about trading, show you profits and everything, and they would try to recruit you, and basically they would get paid from recruiting and stuff like that. I was a week into that IML and I did not like it because I felt like they wasn't really trying to teach me how to trade. I felt like they was making it seem that I had to pay, like at that time it was like $200 a month to be in IML. That was expensive at the time, and I felt like they was making it seem that I needed to pay that $200 a month to actually trade. And when I found out you didn't really need to pay that, I went to YouTube. I went to YouTube straight up like that, and I was looking at a whole bunch of videos on how to trade because I've seen these videos of people making profit so quick that I wanted to make profit real quick. But as I was doing this, one thing I noticed was I was getting confused with a lot of information. And I feel like a lot of beginners, when they first start off, they get confused with a lot of information because they watch every single video about strategies, and that's what I was doing as well. So I didn't know what was right or wrong because one person was saying this to do this, but the other person said don't do that. So who do I listen to? So I come across this YouTuber named Swaggy C. Y'all might know him and stuff like that, and I actually mess with his the videos, like the actual analysis videos that he was putting out back in 2020, and it was starting to make more sense when he was analyzing the charts, because I felt like the other people, they were being more like vague, but I felt like he was explaining it a bit better. And he had came out with his course. It was like $500. I ended up paying for it. He had the information in there, but I felt like it wasn't enough for me, and it didn't really help me at the time. So me seeing his mentorship wasn't really helping me at the time. I was searching for another strategy, and I came across, don't fall for the scam, y'all. Don't fall for the scam. People who say they're trading with the banks. Like, I was in that SMC era, where that cult era. It was probably like the next year, probably like January. I was in that SMC trading with the banks. I really thought I was trading with the banks. I ain't gonna lie, I really did think I was trading with the banks. I forgot the complete update, y'all. I got 3 cherries running with some nice risk to rewards because of the new trading method. I got a 1 to 17, I think. The next one is a 1 to 11 and a 1 to 13. But it ain't really my fault because I was really new to trading at that time. I'm still new to trading, not even a year in. So I'm thinking I'm trading with the banks. I'm in the Swaggy's Discord talking about like, yeah, I'm trading with the banks and everything. Like, I'm here trying to put people on to this new strategy. I called this trade out in the chat. Everybody should this trade of it comes into the demand zone or the order block, and you buy and stuff like that. Small stop losses, high risk to reward, all that. So now that I'm in that SMC era, there's a lot more YouTubers coming out with SMC content and stuff like that. So now I'm in the same cycle of looking at a lot of information, but this time it's with like a set strategy. So there's multiple YouTubers that were on teaching SMC, but this trader would teach it differently, but this trader would teach it differently and stuff like that. But I eventually found this one YouTuber. I forgot the name of him, but I ended up paying for his mentorship and stuff like that. And when I went into his mentorship, it's like he didn't really help me when I needed help. When I asked for help, he wasn't really there. So I ended up asking for a refund. Thank God he actually gave me a refund for it. And I felt stuck at that point in my journey. So when I found out about this SMC stuff and how when I was going on the charts, it would work and stuff like that, and I would see it work. And a lot of the times when we see something work, we forget to do the actual process. So I had completely skipped the process of back testing. I didn't even know what back testing was. I didn't know what demo testing was. So when I saw like this new strategy about SMC, and then I would go on the charts and I would see it work little by little, that's what I did. I opened up my live account, I threw $50 in there, and I was actually growing that account. It grew to like 120 something dollars and stuff like that. I was over risking, definitely over risking on it. And then I ended up slowly losing the account, and then I blew the account.
Alright, so I would have won this trade, but my account size couldn't handle the volatility. So this little wick right here took me out the trade, and then it went all the way in profit. Like, what?
That was my first ever account that I blew. It didn't really affect me as much because like I didn't put a lot of money into it. I only put $50. I grew it, then I blew it and stuff like that. So that is one thing I had faced. And then around that time also prop firms was starting to like gain tractions. So I wanted to know what these prop firms was during that time. And you know, I heard about these prop firms. I applied for the FTMO, the free trial at first, and I don't even know what I was doing. I was just over risking. At that time, I thought from the IML, like the way how they introduced it to us, I thought risking 3 to 5% was normal. Actually, like 5% was normal out. So when I went to this FTMO free trial challenge, I was risking like around, I think 3% per trade with this SMC strategy. Man, that win was kind of wow. I thought that I passed, but I technically didn't pass it because I didn't realize that I had hit the daily drawdown. Because you know it's easy to hit the daily drawdown when you're risking 3%, and it's an equity based drawdown. I saw that I hit the profit target, and I thought I was completely ready at that point. Mind you, I don't even think I was 6 months in. Maybe I was. I think it was around April that I applied for that challenge. So me seeing that, I actually went to purchase my own FTMO challenge. I think it was a 25K account. Man, oh man, the results were horrible. And I could just I'll be posting like screenshots everywhere, but the results were horrible. I was really like just confused on like what was working. Since I was confused, I thought I needed to just find like another mentor for this thing, because I saw like on the charts like this concept was working, the SMC concepts were working, but I didn't know why sometimes they would work and sometimes they didn't work. And it's not the strategy itself, it was the fact that I was over risking. And one other thing that I'm gonna talk about that I was doing during my journey. So I eventually was just looking around for another mentor to help me because I didn't know what I was doing, and I found a mentor his name was MentorFX. He's my current mentor that helped me become profitable, but you know, it's a whole story. Y'all gotta see it. You feel me? But I found his channel, and everything he was saying on his channel made sense, down to like this whole strategy that he was talking about, like with the whole SMC. It made more sense. It helped me understand that like you need to follow your rules, you need to do this, you need to do that. But the problem with me at the time was I thought once I hit a losing streak, the strategy had stopped working. So now I went into a different cycle, strategy hopping. So once I went on a normal losing streak with the strategy, I ended up going away from MentorFX channel for a little while, and I went to ICT, and then I was learning about what's it called, the London lows and stuff like that, and London highs, and I think OTE and stuff like that, and I was doing it and it was working. And again, I went on a normal losing streak, but I felt like the losing streak was a bit, you know, too long. And you know, I ended up switching my strategy again. And mind you, this problem could all have been avoided if I had just back tested my strategy from the first point and then demo tested it for at least 6 months to see if the strategy was even for me and even works before going on these accounts. But the only good decision that I was making during that time was after I blew my first live account, and after I had lost my actual challenge account with FTMO, I was just straight on demo. So every time when I would hit a losing streak, I'll open up a new demo account and restart because I felt like the strategy was failing. Switch my strategy back to MentorFX because the strategy, the way how he explained it, it made more sense. So I gravitated back to MentorFX. And me watching his few videos, I was like, alright, there's a lot of value in this. I ended up paying for his mentorship. His mentorship is $100 a month. I will say I was in it for 6 months. It was definitely worth it. So as soon as I went to his mentorship, I saw everything that I was doing wrong. So if you want to see part 2 of how my journey went in 2022, definitely like the video. You know, I feel like it can definitely help y'all because I made a big jump in 2022, and I feel like it can help you make that same jump as well.